So, in the midst of all the craziness that is Monday, the 10th, we're going to be getting, at the very end, Sony.
Yes, Sony has just announced, well, back in February it announced the PlayStation 4, and they've been quiet ever since. Now it's time for us to re-talk about it.
And also see the PlayStation Vita. Remember that thing that came out last year? Oh yeah, this is a cute little thing.
There are some good games for it, it just needs more. And hopefully they'll show more. In fact, we have a whole list of predictions of things coming out. Let's start talking about it, shall we?
Let's start getting right into it. Now, we just remember last year, Sony went kind of winded. They talked a lot about the PS3, which was odd because the Vita had just come out.
We all assumed they were going to talk about the PS4 or just more about the Vita, and they didn't talk about the Vita very often. They did a few things about it.
They spent more time talking about Wonderbook than Vita.
They did, but then on the show floor, they had a ton of Vita stuff, so we felt that they were just in the wrong at their conference. But you know, we all dream that the Vita will get its fair share.
So let's go and see what we predict is going to be at this E3. Hopefully, most of this will be in their actual press conference and not on the show floor.
We'll start with the stuff we know.
Alright, so first things first, the PS4 major titles, Infamous Second Son.
Yes, they announced this at the conference in February. I didn't know it was going to be Infamous again. I thought they were done with Infamous 2. Yeah. But this is kind of like, is it the third one, or is it a brand new series?
I think it's a brand new story. It's like it looks kind of like more open-ended, even more so than before. There's a bit more stealth involved. There's a bit more of like a grungy sort of feel to it. It's actually the cover page, cover story for the PlayStation 4 magazine of Game Informer. And that goes to show they're putting a lot of effort into trying to push this game. And I'm going to say that that's probably one of their biggest, if not their biggest push for the launch.
Now, when I played a little bit of Infamous, it's good. They're moving around, flying around, doing cool lightning abilities. So I can't wait to see what they do with the new hardware.
Yeah.
And that'll be really interesting to see. Just
anyway. Yeah, what we saw looked like pretty much CG with a lot more particles.
And even the screenshots we've seen of in the
game, it really just people
more pictures. I want to see actual in-game.
I want to see not tech demo, I want to see game demo.
And hopefully we'll see that at the conference.
Yeah. Now, Knack is Mark Kearney's game, and that looked pretty nice when we saw it.
Yes, it's cool because it looks like it's going to be, it said it was a humorous, fun family game, though the trailer showed otherwise. It looks very generic story-wise.
Yeah.
But you know what? As long as it's fun to play, we saw of it. It looked like you basically run around and change forms, get bigger, smaller, get glass, clear.
There's platforming, there's beat 'em up. I didn't see as much platforming as I would hope to say, but definitely more of a beat 'em up sort of experience.
I would really like to see. Hopefully, he turns into different. We saw him turn into a glass form of him.
Yeah, glass form.
I would like to see him maybe turn into different forms, like actually change shape, rather because so far we just seen him get bigger and glass. I want to see him get like into a dragon form.
Well, I don't think it's going to get that far, but it looks pretty good.
It's going to beat 'em up. We're going to see more of it.
What else to say?
We'll see.
Another launch title is going to be their Driveclub. Now, Driveclub, they did a lot of discussion of it at their announcement event, so they might not even show much of Driveclub at their conference.
They might show a trailer.
Yeah.
Because it's going to come out for launch.
Yeah, they're gonna say, check out this car, looks so good. And then on top of that, you have the connection thing where it's like you can watch your friends, you can join in communities, you can play the game on your phone. Which is something that they probably are going to talk a lot about.
The cloud network.
The whole idea. Okay, now you can challenge someone and watch the game on your phone.
Yes,
that's significant.
Now, I'm kind of concerned about Driveclub when they've just announced Gran Turismo.
Wait for that moment. It's later in the list.
Oh, okay, let's keep moving then.
All right, and the other game that was of note was Killzone Shadowfall.
Now, this one obviously was going to be a big crowd pleaser, because the graphics phenomenal and ran in a nice solid frame
There was a
rate.
lot of blue and orange.
A lot of blue and orange. I really want to see how the game actually. That was in game.
That was in game.
So that was good.
Yeah,
it looked nice. I hope there's some new mechanics, new futuristic elements, because it's in the future.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually going to show another demo of that. If they already had a demo at their announcement
maybe
event.
Maybe a trailer, maybe something, maybe new plant-filled area instead of a futuristic city.
Maybe that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Now, we're going to take a step back and go to the third parties for a second, because Sony's going to be pushing third parties just as much as Microsoft is, but they're going to be doing some odder twists. For one, Agent from Take-Two will be at the event.
This has been in development hell for a long time.
It was announced, I think, 2009. They're like, hey guys, there's a game that's being made by Take-Two. It's exclusive as opposed to Grand Theft Auto. It's called Agent, and we haven't seen anything since.
Now, we're assuming it's going to come for the PlayStation 4 because that would be a big push to say, guess what? Exclusive content
on the PlayStation 4. And it's pretty much like...
Do we even know what it plays like?
I suspect you're a secret agent infiltrating a gang.
We're just going off the name.
Yeah, we're just going off the name.
That's all we got.
Now, this one's probably bigger. Please be excited, that's what they said.
For E3!
For E3, because Square Enix went up at the PlayStation event and didn't really announce anything.
No, they came out. They showed the old what was the
trailer?
It
was Agnes Philosophy.
Something. Basically, they showed off the same video they showed off the year prior,
yeah.
and I guess it runs off PlayStation 4 now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, that's great. And now we think what they're going to show, with the big surprise, is Final Fantasy 15.
Yes. Now this is not a new Final Fantasy.
No, it was once Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Yes, Final Fantasy Versus 13 has been in development hell for 7 years. 8 years. 8 years? Oh my god. It can't be that long, has it? I can't count all these years. So what happens is that the game has been in development hell for a long time.
Yes.
The Kingdom Hearts team has been working on this game.
And that's probably why we haven't seen a Kingdom Hearts 3.
They're working on it for so long, and rumors are saying that Sony has come up to them and saying, hey, we'll release the game with you. We'll help you out. It's okay. It's alright.
We've seen some footage.
Yeah,
of the
we
game
saw
in
some.
action.
Like,
it looks crazy awesome.
It looked good.
Well, it looks good.
We just haven't seen the final game yet.
I mean,
it would be a good time to announce it.
They had a story and everything.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, Square, what's up? Anyway, back to the first party stuff. I think Media Molecule's got a new IP that's going to be shown.
They showed them using the Move controller with the new dual camera eye thing.
That was an odd showing.
It was really weird. I don't know what they were trying to get at.
That was more a tech demo than anything.
Maybe they'll actually incorporate it as like an app for your PlayStation 4 where you can actually duel and fool around.
I suspect the new game that they're making using that is going to be something more like make your own game, make everything. Everything is yours.
That's one thing they're good at, is making games that you make stuff in.
Yeah, so
Little Big Planet, maybe Little Big Planet PlayStation 4.
I don't think they make Little Big Planet, at least not them. There's too many sub-developers now who make Little Big Planet games.
Maybe they just let it sit for another year or two, and boom, out comes.
I'm definitely suspecting this IP, at least if it's not shown, or even if it's shown, to be a late 2014 release. Now, speaking of Move controllers, they didn't really discuss anything regarding the Move, but they have a camera, so there's going to be Move games.
Well, they did mention that the Move controllers will be backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So that's good. You don't have to buy another piece of hardware.
Games. But I think that a new Move-based IP could be in the works, even if it's like a Sports Champions 3 or something. Something more casual-based, because there's nothing really there on the list so far that's casual enough to get like families and people together.
Now, the advantage of the two cameras is it means that it figures out 3D space better.
Yeah.
So that would actually help in the recognition of where things are. So that would make a Move game a little stronger.
Yeah.
Move games are interesting. We'll see where they go.
Yeah, and now this is also a bit of a shot in the dark, but we haven't seen anything regarding the Uncharted 3 team for 2 years.
Yes, Naughty Dog, they've been working on their game. We're going to talk about the other one?
What?
Last of Us?
The Last of Us is already out, or coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be out like in a week or two.
Yeah, so why bother talking about it?
So it's not going to be at E3. But we think that the other team, the ones who made Uncharted 3, they're working on a new PlayStation 4 game.
Yeah, I think they're working on a new Uncharted game.
Yes, we're assuming Uncharted. Everyone loves Uncharted.
Yeah, and I think that I've heard that they were going to be reusing the engine for Uncharted in the PlayStation 4. So I think that means we're going to see a new Uncharted, at least hinted at or shown in teaser form.
Maybe a prequel? Well, they already did that. That was the Vita game.
Oh. So anyway, now we're going to pull back again. Back to the third part.
Why do we keep going back and forth?
I don't know. We're going to see an indie montage.
Yes, now, unlike Microsoft, Sony has been very clear they want the indies.
Yeah.
And they've been going around giving them dev kits, basically saying, please make games for us. And they've gotten good responses.
Yeah, with the Witness was shown, Jonathan Blow's new game. And that was demonstrated to use the PlayStation 4 hardware. I think they're going to probably have more people come up to talk about it. Maybe not new people step up, but they're going to be like, here's new downloadable games for the PlayStation Network. And it's going to show all these PlayStation Network games that show indie games, including The Witness.
Yes, there's going to be a whole bunch of games, and probably going to be for Vita,
cross-platform. You only pay once. Now, I think we've done talk about the PS4 for a moment. This is the PlayStation family, after all.
So we're going to talk about the PS3 now?
Just a little bit, yes.
Alright, the next game is Beyond Two Souls.
Yes, Beyond Two Souls is the developer of Heavy Rain. They're making this new game. They say it's not going to be the same choose-your-own-adventure type experience.
It's going to be more action.
Huge book of a script. It's got likenesses of actresses and stuff in there. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And apparently they have like multiple endings, multiple paths to take. It's got psychic beings in it.
Yeah, it looks intense, and it looked pretty darn good for a PlayStation 3 game. On top of that, you got Gran Turismo 6. Gran Turismo 6, PlayStation 3 game. Kind of odd.
Well, it's kind of strange that they have Driveclub, and remember Driveclub before?
Yeah.
In fact, with Driveclub and this game, I think this might actually hurt Driveclub.
Yeah.
sales.
Well, on the plus side, they also mentioned that Gran Turismo 6 will have perhaps a PS4 rendition.
They shouldn't have said
in the
that.
next year. Now who knows who's going to buy what? Then we got Puppeteer, which is the weirdest game.
I'm not sure what to think about it, really. I like the concept, I like the characters, but it looks like it's way too much going on.
Yeah.
Like, ADD, the game.
That game is probably...
Actually, no, let's spoil everywhere.
Yeah.
But you get the point.
Yeah, it's going to be... It looks fine, but I don't know when it's coming out, and I probably should know that by now. Then there's... The Last Guardian. Well, on the plus side, we have in fact seen on E3Insider.com a description of The Last Guardian being unveiled on Tuesday. We also have seen in certain retailers pre-order pages for The Last Guardian for the PS3.
However, Sony has come out saying that this is all speculation.
It's all speculation.
Speculation. Listen, release the game, or just tell us it's dead.
It's dead. It's PS4. I don't know. Just say it, because
I kind of hope it's PS4.
I kind of hope it is, but you know what? I don't think it is anymore. I was going to actually say it was PS4, but now that I'm seeing all these things saying PS3, I think they're not going to bother porting it. It's a very complex engine they put in this thing.
I don't even... Maybe they don't have the boy anymore, or the bird.
It's just you walking through space.
It's just, in the case of just Shadow Colossus. I don't think anyone will complain.
Then, now, one thing about all those games, all PS3-based games, I think they're going to do a more you-only pay once. The Yopo, as it were.
Yes, they did this a lot last E3, where you buy the PS3 version, you get the Vita version free. And because there's going to be PS4 cross-gen, maybe you get the PS4 game. You buy a PS4, you get 3 and Vita.
I mean, at this time, they don't have the means to actually stream PS3 games. So if you buy a PS3 game, you're not going to be able to play it on your PS4, which is coming out now. So I think they're going to want you to be able to play on both systems, so offering you the PS4 and PS3 game together, or at least a discount for the two. That's my thought, anyways. And I think that's going to include Beyond Two Souls, Gran Turismo 6, maybe even Puppeteer. I'm not sure about The Last Guardian, though.
Is there going to be anything with the Vita, like the off-screen play, you think?
Oh, there's going to be totally a lot of stuff on the off-screen. They're going to probably show at least 2 demos using them playing with the Vita instead of the PS4 controller.
Maybe they'll actually show off what the PS4 controller can do.
Yeah, with the touchscreen and stuff?
Well, the trackpad as well as the bar thing, which they haven't talked about. And come on, it's the move.
It's the move.
It's move technology.
Look what I can do. Anyway, so then we go to the Vita. Finally. First of all, besides being shown as a device to play PS4 games on,
yes,
I think it's going to have some really unique products come out. We heard rumors that people were saying like, there's going to be a lot of stuff on the Vita. I'm surprised. Or there's going to be a big franchise on the Vita, and it's not just an indie game. My opinion, Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to the PlayStation Vita.
That would be big.
That would be huge.
That would be big.
I mean, they've already done stuff like the City Stories franchises and whatnot, and 5 has been in development for a while. And it's really easy to port from PS3 to PS Vita based on the information that Sony's given out. So I would say that something big like Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Vita would be a very big push. And it would be great to combat against the 3DS with Pokemon. So it would be a great, combination of the two.
But I'm actually more excited for the next game on our list, Tearaway.
Yes.
We've seen it. I've fallen in love with it. Just the paper aesthetic and all the characters running around, and the actual usage of the rear trackpad and the touchscreen and all the functionality of it works. And I think it just looks like it has so much character.
Now, we mentioned it here, but I'm gonna say it's probably not going to be at the presentation. The game is nice and all, but they've shown it off several times since.
It's true, they have shown it off several times.
So I think it's just too far flung from when they announced it.
Now, if they have a montage for the Vita,
it's
going to be there.
It's definitely there.
It's going to be there.
Alright, so on the other thing I'm thinking of in terms of weird games being brought on, not weird games, but unique games being brought onto the PlayStation Vita is Gran Turismo 6. That one's also, I think that one's even further outlandish than Grand Theft Auto 5. But as I said, it was unique, interesting. To see it brought to the PlayStation Vita, once again, all about the crossover. Wouldn't it be crazy if they had a Yopo that was, if you buy the PS3 version, you get 50% off both the Vita and the upcoming PlayStation 4 version of the game? That would be the ultimate connection of the PlayStation.
I don't think they'll go that far. I think if you buy one, you get one free, and you get a discount on the other one.
Now, last year we guessed that buying Kai meant that Sony was doing something significant for the PS4, and we were right.
Yes, they're making a brand new cloud network.
Yeah, with the whole streaming system, the ability to watch people play your games, to go into your games.
Yes, and actually, back at the February conference, they had announced they had just greenlit a cloud service to play virtual console games.
Yeah, because you can't download any games from the PlayStation 3, 2, and 1 because the system isn't compatible with it. They decided, why not just have emulators and whatnot available on the cloud so people can actually play the games across the cloud.
Yes, we're assuming they're going to talk about at this conference. They're going to talk about the payment plan, how you're going to pay. Like maybe it's like once a year, once a month, or it's going to be part of PlayStation Plus, and you get access to a certain amount of games for a month, like maybe like 3 PlayStation 1 games, 2 PS2, and 1 PS3.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's actually going to be bigger than that.
Well, you get it. Yeah. It's going to be a selection of games, and every month or so they swap out the game selection. Or cause I don't think
you buy the rights to stream them. Like I'm going to buy Jumping Flash. I want to play Jumping Flash anytime I want. That's $5. The same price as PlayStation Network, except I still have to stream it.
Yes.
All right. So on that note, I do think they're going to have to mention the new PS Plus focus.
Yes.
Information. PS Plus was very successful.
Yes.
They
learned something with Microsoft.
Yeah, with the idea about charging for extra content. In this case, it's not multiplayer, but it's actually sharing games to you and deals for a yearly basis. I think they're going to go one step further and say a new PS Plus plan dedicated to the streaming content.
Plus
or something like that. It's going to be separate from PS Plus because PS Plus is very different. It's something else. I think this is going to be like a subscription fee to stream or to utilize special streaming devices.
At the conference, when they announced that they were going to have streaming content, like streaming yourself, streaming the games, streaming footage of the games, and pictures and stuff, I was thinking that can't be free. Yeah. That's a lot of money to be spending on that.
Yeah, and I think that's and they also spend a lot of money buying Gaikai. They're not just going to do it for free services. Unfortunately, they might tie it. They might tie it to PS Plus, which is fine because you get free games on top of that. But I have a feeling that they're going to be separated. There's going to be a streaming fee, and then there's also going to be the fee.
I'm hoping that they do keep their free on internet play, though.
Yes,
I hope they keep that.
I would loathe that possibility. Also, regarding the OS, I don't think there's going to be any clarification on used games.
No, they want to keep that hush hush.
They're going to be really no clarification on the used games, or they might mention offhand, but they're not going to say immediately what that result is. They could say something, but I personally think they won't. I think they're going to sidestep it. Meanwhile, in regards to PS3 and PS Vita combined, I think they're going to have to spend less than 40 minutes.
It's probably going to be
on the whole
half an hour.
I think about half an hour for the lot. Because it's going to be an hour and a half convention press conference, so they're probably going to want to just spend most of it on PS4.
Of course, because the PS4 is coming out.
Yeah, and
speaking of PS4.
Oh yeah, what?
The price will get announced.
Yes. Sony has, I think, never missed pricing on an E3 conference. Even the price for the Vita was $250. Remember, they're like, Vita, $250.
Yeah.
And the infamous $599 US. I think they're going to do the same thing for the Vita. Not the $599. No, it's going to be $400 or $500. The SKUs are going to be split such that $500 comes with free stuff like PlayStation Plus subscription, or even more hard drive space and stuff like that. But I definitely think that's the pricing, $400, $500. Cheaper than the PS3, but still a high-end product.
One thing I recently saw in a video from Sony was it said at the end, in a little section here, a little highlight at the very end, it said that the PlayStation 9 was sold separately. And this is where the tier would be $400, just the system, controllers and stuff. But then on the $500, you get the PlayStation Eye and the Move controller, and it would be like the whole package.
Yeah, and that would also help explain for a new Move IP. It would allow you to be able to have the game bundled with the new PlayStation Eye. Because it's a new product, it's got to be something new to come with it, so why not something like that? And that's pretty much what it's going to be. I think we might see one or two more surprises on top of that, but that's a lot of what-ifs for this list, more so than Microsoft.
These are all the games we know about.
Yeah. So in that regard, let's give our outlandish guess for Sony.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, of course, we were talking about how Final Fantasy 15 might be there, but this is out of the wall crazy. What happens if Kingdom Hearts 3 was PS4 exclusive?
That would be significant. Heck, if it was just any Kingdom Hearts game, that would be pretty significant. Though I think Kingdom Hearts 3 would be like the absolute thing.
Yes, people would have to go and buy PS4s just for that game.
Yeah. And on that note, what is the theme?
The theme is, welcome PlayStation 4 to the family.
Yeah, this is going to be a big message about PlayStation 4 and how everybody needs to have it, but they're also going to be talking about how it relates to the PS3 and the PS Vita. They're going to see the PS Vita playing the PS4 games. You're going to see PS3 games being allowed to be brought onto the PlayStation 4 using streaming or with that Yopo system that we created here. So, I mean, those significance there's going to be that all one big happy family.
The PlayStation happy family with Move controllers.
Now, the big game... I originally listened to your Killzone Shadowfall. Do you think that that's the big game from Sony?
The big game? Well, they did show a lot of it.
They did show a lot of it at the conference.
I think that they're the one they want everyone to fall in love with, besides the new Uncharted game we're working on, I think it'll be the Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Or Kingdom Hearts, no, Final Fantasy. I think Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
If they announced it at the conference with Square Enix saying, come to you have a surprise.
Yeah.
This is kind of a big thing they want to push.
Yeah, I think Capcom might be there too, but that's just another thought altogether. Anyway, that's Sony. Click on the left side of this video if you want to go back to see Microsoft, in case you came in the middle here, or click on the right side of this video if you want to go to Nintendo's video. But who wants to do that? Nintendo's doing that. Who cares about that? Anyways,
done.
Done.
I'm gonna play this video on my Vita.
This video's done.